I'm kind of that witch. I'm kind of that witch. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. Okay. Hello. Welcome back to I'm Kind of That Witch. I was doing a little impression of Ariel. And, because this episode is about quantum healing, I decided to use some tuning sticks. We have tuning sticks. We've got a crown. We've got gadgets. And we're going to use them in this healing session. But before we get into the session, let me introduce our wonderful guest. Okay. Well, first, welcome to I'm Kind of That Witch, the show where we mix the mystical with the messy, the spiritual with the skeptical, and today, the quantum healing with the life that we are currently living. Today, our guest is Miss Veronica Osorio. She knows a thing or two about mind-body medicine. She's a powerhouse performer with a one-woman show called Medicine Woman. Please welcome her, aka Cherry Baby. She's also an actress, director, comedian, rapper, and clown from Venezuela. She's also an astro babe, so we're going to talk a little astrology as well. But yes, let's give her a warm welcome. Our studio audience is clapping.
Oh my God, thank you guys.
And she's a little baby mama.
Oh yeah, my baby's here as well.
Her baby's here as
My
well.
quantum baby.
We got 2 for 1, y'all.
Yeah, my entity.
Yes.
Incoming entity. Thank you for having me.
A little star seed.
This is amazing. Thank you for the crystals. I'm
Yes.
loving holding them.
We're charging crystals at the same time.
Yeah, I needed it.
Okay, so what is quantum healing? Can we really shift our health through energy? How does this relate to ancient medicine, sound frequencies, and our toxic exes?
Well,
I know, but let's tell everybody what you do.
Well, basically, so I started with the tarot.
Okay.
It found me. I didn't find it.
Yeah.
I was in London, and I was like, I need to go to a bookstore.
Yeah.
And then I, of course, entered a witchcraft bookstore.
Yeah.
It was not a normal
that
one.
makes sense.
Yeah,
That checks out.
I was like, yeah, this makes sense. So I started with a Kabbalah and Jill Tarot.
Okay.
I started reading at every party.
Wow.
And I did like hundreds of readings. Like that's all I was doing.
Yeah.
So many readings for free. And everyone's resonating all the time.
Yeah.
And then eventually I learned the tarot and other disciplines. And I started,
Yeah.
I just became Sassy Star Healer.
Oh, we love.
I know. And then, because I was just like saying it like it is. And then one day, the dad of a friend, my friend was like, when you meet my dad, the world's going to explode. And I didn't know what she meant.
Yeah.
And so I met him. And 2 minutes in, I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then minute 5, we spent 5 days together. He taught me everything astrology. He's an astrologer. And I taught him about the tarot.
Yeah.
And so he mentored me into astrology and explained like how it works.
Yeah.
And it was a lucky way to like learn about astrology from this expert. But for some reason, like I would call her and be like, hey, I know you're spending time with your dad, but do you mind if I spend some time with him? And she would be like, I just finished making breakfast for you. He's waiting for you.
Oh, wow.
Like we telepathically knew that this mentorship was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I learned astrology through him. And then I did a lot of studying composite charts.
Okay.
With another mentor that also came into my life.
And what's that exactly?
So you have your chart, right?
Yes.
And I have my chart.
Yes.
But our relationship has its own chart.
Yes.
And that's a composite chart.
And it's based off of the time you met, when you met.
Yeah.
And where you met.
It's like, we met, it's your chart and my chart combined.
Yes. Oh, from our birth, though, not from when we first
From
met.
birth, yeah.
From birth.
Yeah, and that's a relationship we're destined to have.
Oh, perfect.
But it also can, like, you know, just every chart can be like, it moves forward, you know?
Yeah. Because the planets are continuously
they're
moving.
shifting.
They're always shifting.
They're not.
So the idea, which I've probably said this plenty on this show, with astrology is that it tracks patterns. And your birth chart is basically a picture of the sky the moment you were born.
Correct.
So if I was born on the West Coast, the horizon line is at a different place. So my rising is going to be different than someone born at the exact same time on the East Coast. The sun is a different placement, it's different degrees. So based off of different angles, based off of that is how we get to astrology. And most of the time, like, what's that one saying? It's just like, millionaires don't have astrologers, billionaires do. There's I don't know, not Albert Einstein.
I love that.
Like Albert Einstein said it or
I think
something.
every president has had like a on-call astrologer for sure.
Yeah.
Things are too on the dot.
Point.
On point. Yeah.
And once you start to recognize the patterns, I was reading I told you this book called The Last Astrology Book You'll Ever Need. And it said something very specific about someone I know. Well, about a sign, about a placement. And it was true. It was so specific. I mean, it was a little dark. That's why I'm barely repeating it, but I might as well, because if you're listening to this, you're into this type of shit. Yeah. So it said that a certain rising sign has a pattern of like losing their first love, like to death. And I sent it to my niece because my brother is this rising sign and his first partner had passed away.
Oh my God.
I know.
What is a rising sign?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's just a pattern, though. It doesn't happen to every single person. So don't take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, no, of course. There's like multiple degrees inside the pattern.
Yeah.
The rising.
Yeah.
And there's planets that could be affecting it
as well
at different angles.
Exactly.
From other sides or in front of,
Mm-hmm. So it said like two things that pertain to that. We both were like, that's literally that relationship he was in. And that's like, it was just crazy. And I was like, I wonder what other degrees and how often that always end. Because there's other stuff too. Like, there was one description. It was like, this person will have a gate to their walk more than likely, like a certain type of walk. Or like how my description is just
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My description felt like very on point. It was like,
Yeah, yours was beautiful.
Yeah.
It really matched.
It really matched.
In the best ways.
Yes. But yeah, so what is quantum healing? How would you describe that?
So, well, eventually I did get into that, and that kind of like my master, whom I saw this morning, is this like
your master.
It's in Spanish, everything.
Okay.
So I would call maestra.
Okay.
So that's more like my teacher.
Yeah.
Master sounds more like dominance in English, but the word is more like my sensei.
Your sensei. Okay.
Of sorts. She figured that everything was stored in the atom.
Yeah.
And that we have memories that are stored there, and that each of our bodies has atoms, and each of our bodies have memories. And that ideally, so like what would block us from getting to where we want to in life and being connected to our true, authentic I am presence, it's, first of all, a human should be unified.
Yes.
So like your mental body, you have your physical body, right?
Yes.
But the compound of the thoughts that you have are also a body.
Yes.
It's your mental body.
Your quantum field.
Yeah, exactly. And then your emotional body is also a body, It's like the emotions you have repeatedly become
they create a thing.
Force. Yeah, a force field around you. And same with your spiritual body.
Yeah.
And there's other bodies. Most people walk around on earth and their physical bodies is exhausted and they don't eat well.
Yeah.
And then their mental body is thinking consistently about some bullshit.
Yeah.
And then their emotional body is like discombobulated because they're thinking, having all these emotions of, and so it's like a person walks around and instead of looking like it's just a line, they have like a physical body and their spiritual body's here and their mental body's over here.
Yeah.
And the emotional body somewhere over here.
Yeah.
And the whole point of my practice is to align ourselves, to just be you. Be the I am presence as a unified creature.
Yeah.
So we go into the memories of each of the bodies.
Oh, wow.
And we delete them.
Do we like hypnotize folks to do this?
No. Okay. You actually don't need consent from people to do it to them. Yeah. Because you're just asking the atom. Yeah. You're not messing with their destiny or asking. Yeah. It's not like you're messing with the spirit or something. You're just going into the atom and asking. Yeah. Does this person
and I did like Joe Dispenza and I'm
amazing
super into all of the ideas that you can heal your body with your thoughts,
for sure,
and that we have like a quantum field around us. So the idea is that an atom is 99.9% nothingness, like an actual atom is. The human body is made up of 99% atoms basically. So like water / nothingness. Mostly nothing. Like truly, if you Google what an atom is made up of and you Google the human body, you'll literally see that it's made up of nothingness. It's basically what we perceive as matter. Right. So we've created this reality, but we don't realize that we're creating it / a part of the process of it. And even when you look at things like stress being like the number one cause of disease.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like if you think of like stress isn't something, it's not matter. It's a feeling, it's a thought, it's
a
a
state of
chemical
being, yeah.
reaction to things that are outside of your control.
Correct.
So that means that that's all energy.
Yeah.
It's all connected. So like
Thoughts are forces.
Yeah, thoughts are forces.
So we're mostly nothing and we're mostly water.
Yeah.
But somehow we're so complex.
Yeah.
And that's interesting, right? So
yeah. And it's like what's creating this thing and what's
it's us.
You know, it's us. Yeah.
So for us, like in my discipline, once you have a thought that you sustain in time for too long in a consistent way, it becomes an entity.
Yeah.
So like jealousy, envy, whatever emotions you sustain throughout your life become an entity. It's like literally like a ghost that you have attached to yourself.
Whoa.
And sometimes the thing is that you can inherit ghosts or entities from your great 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 grandma.
Yeah.
Who is always like maybe she was abused.
Yeah.
And she's like paranoid, and then that paranoia turned into something that she passed on to your grandma, and suddenly you have a ghost or emotional entity that has been there for 5 generations.
Yeah.
And you wonder why people keep backstabbing you.
Yeah.
And turns out that you have an emotional like DNA of like paranoia.
Yeah.
That's keeping manifesting people doing things that will make you paranoid.
Yeah.
So we would go into the quantum and ask what emotions are here, like what emotional entities are like active right now, and delete them. And sometimes it takes several run through. I run through. It's a protocol.
Yeah.
Basically, my sensei, she says like world of the psychic world, is an unruly world with no map.
Oh.
And anything can be anything, and it's dangerous for someone to just go there.
Yeah.
But she created these maps that you can navigate. So you go into like specifics.
Yeah.
So I'll go into your mental body and ask which emotions you have going on.
Yeah.
I'll go into your maybe a spiritual body and be like, what fears and phobias you have on.
Yeah.
And then
like, so if this was a session,
Yeah.
that's what you'd be asking me, or you'd be putting that out?
I'd be asking your subconscious mind with my fingers, basically.
Oh,
it's like,
okay.
So, but this discipline doesn't
So
exist.
is this kind of like EFT tapping?
It's a little bit like that.
Or like Reiki?
It's more like your parasympathetic muscles get weak when you lie.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but if you try, you do a lock between your 2 fingers, right? Your index and your thumb.
We're doing a lock between our index and our thumbs for those just listening.
Just lock them in a way where like you can't open it, but you're not forcing it.
Yeah.
So soft enough, but it won't get through.
Okay.
And now I say, my name is Veronica.
Oh, okay.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
And so it should stay strong like this.
Yeah.
But then if I say my name is Shakira.
Yeah. My name is Veronica.
The muscles weaken.
My name is Shakira. Whoa, that was crazy.
I know.
Okay.
So you can ask your own self if something is true or not for you.
Yeah.
Through this muscle testing. And so our sensei figured that she could ask the subconscious mind a lot of things. And the subconscious mind has no reason to lie to you.
Yeah.
So,
because a lot of times, like for me, I try to tap into the subconscious mind just through meditation, because that's the easiest time. It's the only time where I'm not like thinking of what I have to do or what I used to do or where, you know what I mean? Like
you're here.
You could be in the present moment. And that's why, as boring as meditation is for some
people,
and when you first start, like you have to, like, when you push yourself to sit through it for even just 8 to 15 minutes.
You're wrangling the
It.
mind.
Yeah. You're just you're calming your nervous system. Yeah. You're wrangling the mind. And
it seems boring because you're not used to telling yourself like, we're just doing this. Yeah. You're not going wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
We're going where I'm telling you. Yeah. I'm taking control.
Yeah.
The higher mind is taking control.
So this is like the main, so like for folks at home who want to like try and tap into quantum healing / what?
Start there. Start with a test and see what rings true for you. The thing is, like, if you start asking like, oh, is he cheating on me?
Yeah.
Then it might like, so we call this strong. This is how everything should be. Everything should be strong. I am Veronica. Yeah. If I say I am a blue entity, it opens. It's a lie. It opens. So anything that's opened is not good.
Yeah.
So if you start being like, is he cheating on me? It opened. It's true.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's also, it can be your fears and phobias.
Yeah.
Answering for you. Mm-hmm. So what we do is we establish a pattern with our unconscious mind. I'd say to my subconscious mind, hey, in a scale from 1 to 10, being 10 the highest frequency and where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And 1 being very low, not where I want to be.
Yeah.
Where am I right now?
Yeah.
I'm going to measure it now.
Yeah.
And then once you establish that, you first establish like your scale.
Yeah.
With your subconscious mind.
Yeah.
And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm at an 8. Yeah. Most people are at a 4.
Yeah.
At a 5. You know, you're driving and you have road rage, you might be like, you know, that low. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you go there unruly. You go and make you establish a scale for yourself. Mm-hmm. An agreement between you and your subconscious mind. Yeah. So that your fears and phobias are not fucking with you. You know? So that would be a way to like test where you're at. Yeah. Make yourself a little scale from 1 to 10. Agree with yourself that that's the scale.
That's the scale. Okay.
And then test yourself.
I know when I was looking into quantum healing and as a whole, Deepak Chopra came out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I love Deepak.
Yeah.
I did the 21-day meditation during the pandemic. It was
fun.
Nice.
How was it? How long were the meditations?
Very short. Okay. I wanted more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Deepak, a little more. But also, he has like 50 books, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, so many books. Yeah, I know he was talking about specifically like how with the mix of the science of quantum, the quantum field, and like the mix of like scientists being like, this is a real thing, but like the understanding of how we manipulate it.
Yeah.
And he was just basically talking about when you can get into the subconscious mind, time doesn't exist anymore. And that's like one of the best places to manipulate like your timeline from like not just quantum healing, but like quantum leaping into another timeline. And so like it's crazy.
Yeah, the quantum jumps, that's like a good suspension. Sometimes you're like, why is it not working? I've done everything. I've meditated. I've done, and it's just like there's a fear or phobia that is stuck in your atom from your dad's lineage. Yeah. It has nothing to do with you. Yeah. And it's not that you're doing anything wrong to manifest your stuff. Yeah. It's that there's something that's still stuck to you. Yeah. So that's where we would go in and help.
So your show, yeah. Medicine Woman, you clown and you do real
I brought
healing.
My flyer.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any.
So like, how'd you come up with the show? Like, what's the?
Well, once I started reading the tarot, during the pandemic, I got bored.
And tarot too is basically energy. Like most of the time, what you pull is kind of like what the person is feeling anyway, right?
Yeah, it's like a snapshot of that moment. Yeah. So I always say like the tarot, you see, the 10 of swords, a bunch of swords. Oh my God. No. Don't get spooked about the future. Yeah. Just think about it like this is where you're at. Mm-hmm. Just because you see that image and become aware of it, now we have a conversation. Then your mind changes a little. Yeah. And now next time I pull a card, it shouldn't be the 10 of swords because you've gained some awareness of it. Yeah. So now your energy's shifting. Yeah. But you're the decider of your destiny. Yeah. A card is just going to show you
where you are.
Yeah. Where you are.
Mm-hmm. The only tarot right here. We might have.
I love the tarot.
I know this is exotic tarot. I did an episode where we were talking about manifesting through masturbating.
The old technique.
The old technique.
It's
the big
popular on TikTok.
Yeah, it's a popular one, and
it
powerful.
Works. I know.
I know. She knows.
My baby knows.
Yeah.
I call my baby like the horny baby, and my partner's like, no,
don't call our baby the horny baby.
But why not?
Why not? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yes, so your show.
Yeah, so
you mix.
I started reading the tarot for these women. A bunch of I got a lot of high-end clients who are of Latino origin, and I just started charging more and more because I was like, you can't pay me enough. To deal with this. Yeah. And there's a point where I was making $250 just for a tarot reading. Wow. But it's just all these girlies asking me if he was putting his dick somewhere else. Oh, and I just got so bored with it. I was like, we're not talking about him. We're talking about you. Mm-hmm. You need to be better.
Yeah.
And it's just people who are like outwardly focused. And there's a lot of that for the tarot.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who are like, tell me, what is it? What do I have? What do I have? And it's like, I will not be able to tell you more than you. Mm-hmm. I have the tools to know. Yep. I will find out. But even if I tell it to you,
you already know.
You need to internalize it.
Yeah.
Accept it and go through the dark night of the soul of like understanding that you're just not at a place. Mm-hmm. So I started feeling like it was not like the funnest, and people's thirst, like people get like little turtle eyes when they want you to you give them answers.
Yeah, they do.
And I thought that was so vulnerable. Such a vulnerable place to put yourself
especially
in.
when you read their astrology too.
I know.
The better I've gotten at astrology, and I'll pull up someone's chart, they're like, you know, how did you know? I am anxious attachment style. And I'm like, oh no.
My sunglasses are back there. Okay. But yeah, the more they get so impressed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it looks like magic.
Yeah.
But it's studies.
Yeah.
It is just studying.
Yeah.
It is discipline of the mind, and it's study. So I thought that was too vulnerable, and I decided to do a show where I'm like a shaman / maybe snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
And I do heal people, and I clean them, and I change their energy. But the question remains throughout the show, like, is this real or a scam?
Yeah.
Or is she just trying to kiss everyone? Because I like kissing strangers. So I always say, like, the dumb bitch of shamans, is she healing me or just trying to get away with as many kisses as possible? And you know, the answer is both.
Yeah, I was about to say.
The answer is both.
Sometimes intent and impact end up being,
for sure.
And also, too, with laughter, like, you know, it's fun.
And I mean, talk about
it's coming from a good place.
Yeah, it comes definitely. And also, it's my immigrant story. Like, I pulled a tarot card from the Medicine Woman tarot deck.
Yeah.
I was like, what is
Wait, you have a tarot deck? You made a tarot deck for yourself, or did this already exist?
This exists.
Okay.
I've had this big story with it where I found just the cards and I learned them. Like, it took me 5 years to understand the cards.
Yeah.
Because I had no book. And one day I go into the store and I see the book. And I was like, what? And so I pull it and I ask the guy, like, how much is this? And he's like, yeah, I don't know. That's supposed to come with some cards. You can take it. And it turns out the whole time there was a book. And that book I never let go of. Yeah. It has such gems. Like, every card I've read like thousands of times. I don't know, hundreds of times. And it still changes me every time I read it. Yeah. So I asked the card, what was I supposed to do for creative output? Yeah. And I got the Hierophant. And the description
the Hierophant.
The Hierophant, Taurus. And the description of the Hierophant in that deck is like, a gypsy prince stops in your town in his carriage, and you have the opportunity to hop on the carriage and ask him, how does he do it? Yeah. And how is he accepted everywhere he goes? Yeah. And I went in the carriage, I did the meditation, and I asked the prince, and the prince was like, you are the prince. Oh. You're the one in the carriage, being accepted everywhere you go. And I was like, and that's what my show is. Yeah. I hop off my carriage at LAX with a dream and a cardigan. And I'm a suitcase full of medicines.
In a suitcase full of medicine.
And I heal people in my path. But yeah, I troll a lot of straight men, if you really want to know. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we love it. Because they're more skeptical, so I get right in there.
And they're like, okay, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you did pass out like instruments, which I thought was fun.
I pass out instruments.
So it was very like the audience is on board.
And people like, I took it to England and I didn't know if they were that mystical, and they were super down. They loved it so much. In Scotland, they were like, so everywhere I've gone, they're like, yes, more. And the show has grown because I do channel medicines, aka characters. Yeah. And I've gotten to really connect with the audience in like a deep way. Yeah. So we're like, ha ha ha, really deep. Yeah. And then we cry laughing. Yeah. And then, it just keeps growing. People are eager to like heal. Yeah. And that's like beautiful. But I think it's also funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I know I have a little, I guess, bingo. I usually like to do a little game.
Give it to me.
Or Jeopardy. Yeah, I guess is if it's based in. Okay. Let's see. Well, I kind of have it, and I kind of don't remember which ones are accurate or not, so we're just going to go with it. Okay. Can you change water molecules with your thoughts?
Yeah, for sure.
That's accurate. That's true.
Yeah.
There's a snowflake study that, have you seen it? I saw it.
Yeah. What is it?
He basically says like kind words to a snowflake, and the snowflake changes shapes. So if you say like love you or joy, while it's freezing in real time, you can see these snowflakes change. The water molecules change based off of positive affirmations and negative ones.
Yeah, for sure. I do spells into my water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
You write down like you write down your wish.
Yeah.
And you put it right under your glass of water.
Yep.
And it imprints your desire.
So
you drink that water.
Did like a quantum leaping method with water, and I had 2 cups. And in the one, I said, this is my current reality, and I'm thankful and I'm grateful. And then I wrote what I wanted for my next reality. And then I said, now I'm jumping from this reality and this reality, and poured the cups, submerged the cups of water, drink them. And then I booked a pilot. Oh, hell yeah. So perfect. I booked the pilot right after I merged my realities. I know. So it did work.
Yeah, good.
I know I just found out, I was like, oh, I have a callback for this show. And I ended up making friends, which was one of the things that was on there. I was like, I didn't say I want to make friends from this show. I was just like, I feel like I want a few more strong friends in my foundation, Yeah. As an adult, sometimes it feels like, you don't have some people you grow with, but then when you move around a lot and you're in different places, it's like hard to make really grounded, like strong friendships. So I ended up meeting 2 of my current best friends.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love that.
Chris, yeah.
I love that. I didn't do the merging, but I want to try it.
Yeah.
Now that I hear
and
it.
you're like, I'm thankful and grateful for this reality.
Yeah,
and now I'm in this
good.
reality, and you talk to it and you have it written down, and then you kind of get rid of the piece of paper, and then you drink, and then you're cleansed with the new reality.
That's a good point. Like, as you're about to shift to your next thing, it's so important to think your current.
Yes.
Yeah. I do want a better job. I want a better house. I want a better relationship. Think the one you have.
Yeah.
And you'll see how things open up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, where you're vibrating at now, you can obviously jump into a new timeline, but like things meet you where you are.
Yeah, for sure.
So
and if you're not grateful for the shitty one, why do you think you're gonna be grateful for the
it's gonna be the same
bigger one?
You're gonna get the bigger
patterns
one.
are gonna come out again. Yeah. Okay.
Sage can kill bacteria in the air.
I don't know the science of that, but I believe it. In my head, I'm
so
like,
this one is labeled woo.
Yeah, for sure.
Sage just kill, but it can cast out demons, huh? So maybe.
Like science merged with the spiritual.
Quantum physics says time isn't real. Woo or real?
Oof, that could be real.
Woo or true?
That could be true. Time?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they say it. I think even like,
what is time?
What is time?
Yeah, that's what the question is.
We created it. We do rely on it, but I think it's both. It's true and it's woo.
We have a sense of time.
Yeah,
we need it.
We need it
because of the sun cycles.
Yeah,
and the monthly cycles.
That part.
But that's not time. That's just cycles.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like, we can go deep.
When you go to space, does time still exist? We should ask Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Hey, girly.
Her little flower.
Slide on her DMs. I know everybody is kind of annoyed at your girl power. We went to Space Post, but how was time up there?
Yeah.
She said love was real in space when she was there for 1 minute.
There you go.
Right?
She didn't even look out the window. She was just too busy looking at the cameras.
I think they were all like holding a thing and then holding hands and like floating in the air.
She was too busy like making love to the lens to look outside.
Hey girl, you're in space.
I didn't see one image of her looking outside.
Yeah.
That's what got me.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, girl.
I wonder how much money that trip costs. I'm sure I could look into it. It's like millions of dollars.
And how much it cost us.
I know. Well, what is money? Is money real? Or is it just energy?
Money is definitely energy, but it's also like
in this reality, you kind of need it.
Well, there's all kinds of levels, right? Because there's like the theory of it, the energy of it, and then you can actually have cash in your hand.
That part.
Yeah. The bands. We love them bands.
It says.
But the meaning of it is assigned.
The last one is sound healing at 528 hertz. Can that repair your DNA?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh. I would say true. Woo. For 500 points. I would say true.
Yeah, repair.
Because that's like a sound bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the frequencies, we know that they're like amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, but
There's
I
a
don't know
doctor here in LA who does
Repair?
sound healing, like for, huh?
they do like
Yeah. There was an episode, there's this movie called Heal.
Oh.
Yeah. It came out a few years ago, and it's on the Gaia network.
I love.
You already
Big fan.
know. You already know.
I browsed.
Right.
Left
so
and
it's
right.
on the Gaia network. It's called Heal. And basically it's people who have like, you know, like stage 4 cancer, and they talk about like the placebo effect and how like people will take a sugar pill with the placebo effect and they end up healing their whole bodies.
I believe.
With just their thoughts.
Yeah.
And they're not even meditating. They just believe that this medicine works and it's doing its thing. And yeah. Anywho, long story short, in the Heal documentary, they go to this doctor who he can like listen, or like he sends sound through your body and taps into each like chakra and heals it based off of like he can find where you've been holding on to. Like, so this one woman in particular had like a really tumultuous relationship with her mom, and when she was a kid she basically had to be the mom because you know her mom just couldn't handle it, and then her father left the mom and the kid. So like she's been carrying around this trauma, and she's like fighting this like skin disease, and they like find like the placement in her body, and I don't know that she ended on fully being healed, but she was like getting like treatments that were like helping her a lot. And then there was like other people, you know, clearly.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
The parentified child, I'm sure it comes out. I mean, I was one for sure.
Yeah.
My parents were too young. They're busy partying.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Were you raised in Venezuela?
Yeah, yeah. But my parents were, they're young. They're party parents.
Yeah.
And they just were, I grew up in like watching two teenagers have a love relationship. Like they horny for each other and they fight, and then they love but the kids were kind of there.
Yeah, the kids
They
are
were
just
kinda
around.
Just around.
Just like watching and going through stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oops. Got a little sound.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm like, oh wow,
I know. We've been talking.
my pregnant bells.
So I guess we'll just do a few more, and then
Yeah, I love these questions because
with you being, I guess, right now pregnant.
Yeah.
How do you feel like quantum healing is helping you through the pregnancy? Like, what techniques are you using to like tap into your body?
well, right now,
And even not pregnant, like even without it, like how do you tap
well,
in?
the pregnancy, first thing I do always every morning is like I declare that I unify my physical presence with the rest of my presence.
Yeah.
That's not physical. So I do that, and then I take a breath and kind of seal it.
Yeah.
So I seal things with the breath.
Oh, breath work.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little bit at the end of this episode.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah.
Yeah. That's number one. And then I know the presence of my child, the I am presence.
Yeah.
So the higher self, as the people will call it.
Yeah.
It's also around me.
Yeah.
So I have double. Right now, like I have two I am presences.
Yeah.
Like where
And you're a Gemini, so you also have 3.
and 4 and 5
And 4 and 5 and 6 we got.
Oh God. All of them bitches
I
are
know,
here.
I know.
I know.
I do feel bad because like the most famous Gemini is like Donald Trump and like Kanye West, and I'm like, oh good Lord. But then there's like ones who are like perfect, like Lauryn Hill and like Tupac are
Tupac and
Geminis.
Kendrick.
Yeah. Yep, and Kendrick.
We get the good ones, and then like Natalie Portman, Angelina Jolie,
Natalie Portman.
Marilyn Monroe.
We do love Angelina Jolie.
We
she's
love.
such an activist too.
I know.
I'm so grateful
She's
for her.
good Gemini.
Yeah, she's a real good Gemini.
Yeah, there's good ones. It's
Yeah.
like Gemini. It's duality.
Yeah,
It's
the
both.
duality.
Also, Donald Trump. It's like if he wasn't
The president.
politically affecting everything, I just would find him the funniest person ever.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
Unfortunately, he's the
our
president.
destiny is kind of in our hands. That sucks.
Unfortunately, he's not just a funny Gemini.
Lord. Yeah.
Even though he should be. Somebody was like, he should be a commentator on like RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah. When you see everything,
Yeah.
you see everything
There's
he's done
times
under
where I
the
was
lens of Gemini, you're like,
Peak.
I get it.
Peak. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of
peak.
my my good friends is a Gemini, and this was way before I was into astrology. We went to Vegas. She got kicked out of a club in Vegas.
Okay, of course.
And then she was like recording the video, and she was like, "The president is black. You can't do this to me." She cut the bathroom line apparently, and then she didn't charge her phone, so then she was gone all night.
Oh God.
And I was like, oh my God. As a Virgo, I'm like, oh my God, I'm supposed to watch her. Oh
Our
my God, I don't know what to
babysitters.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she comes home the next morning and left her phone in the cab that she just rode over and was like, "Can I use your phone? I just left my phone in the cab." She can't. Chaos. This is a 21-year-old Gemini energy.
Yeah, for sure. That's
Yeah.
I'm like, that sounds like me
Yeah.
in Venezuela.
Yeah. So fun.
Yeah.
Very fun, but we full of the chaos.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a what is it? Tornado.
Yeah.
Tasmania devil energy.
Yeah.
I heard that there's a prison break in Georgia, and everyone who escaped is a Gemini.
Oh my God,
It was
really?
a group of Geminis who.
The 10,
prison
those in
break.
Louisiana, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was
There
like
were like 10 guys.
10 out of 10 were Gemini.
And then they put like a sign on the thing and it
Too
was like,
easy.
yeah, too easy. And I was like, yep, too easy.
Well, 10 out of 10 were Gemini. They were
Yeah.
all 100% Gemini people.
Yeah.
And of course, they were like too easy.
Right?
And everyone in the comments was like, I'm sure they were bored.
Yeah. So I guess I feel like, I don't know how long it's been. When did we even start?
Let me
I don't know, we
see.
started late.
Yeah, we started late.
It
It hasn't been a full hour.
hasn't been a full hour, but we're going to jump into like the astrology of it all.
Yeah, let's go.
So like, how do you use astrology to like, I don't know, plan, since we're talking about the patterns, like how has your birth chart shaped your approach to healing? Do you feel like some placements have made you more intuitive or more skeptical?
Yeah, for sure. I think like everyone has like bad placements and good placements,
Yeah.
as you would call them, if you want to do
Yeah.
binary like that. But it is, how would you have a perfect chart?
Yeah.
No human ever, right?
Yeah.
Like you have some things that are not great.
Yeah.
So accepting that was like a first.
Not me. My chart is perfect.
I'm
My-
But like,
I do have parts of my chart where I'm like, oh yeah, this could be better. But
Yeah, for sure.
You know, everybody has, and then some charts I look at and I'm like, could be that chart. I don't have that
I
chart.
know.
Thank God I don't have
Oh
that
my
chart. I'm fighting
God.
demons. One of my friends, I was like, she's a Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, and yeah, and then like has another. She had a few placements where I was like, oh, she is fighting for her life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Other-
we did shrooms, and she was like, yeah, my antidepressant is so strong that I can't feel the shrooms, and I was like, girl is fighting for her life in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some placements who are that so hardcore.
Yeah.
And then maybe an innocent placement in the wrong house can be
Yeah.
like a little so heavy.
Yeah. But yeah, how do you use it?
Well,
for,
mostly just once I understood my own chart, which I
Yeah.
keep studying forever, and you should too.
Yeah.
Once I started doing the composite charts,
Yeah.
I started doing family constellations.
Yeah.
So I merged your chart with my chart, like
Yeah.
mine with my mom, mine with my dad.
Oh, that's actually fun.
I started studying all that and started
Yeah.
seeing some very interesting things
Yeah.
that repeat every single time. So
Wow.
I collect
might
the
have to
charts.
have you do this for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
This is like, it's so interesting. You can go so deep. But basically every lover I've ever had, I collected their charts.
Oh my God.
And then during 2020, I was just comparing them to me. And every single one that like taught me a huge karmic lesson
Yeah.
had a planet on my south node.
Whoa.
Yes. So like when I see south node connections, I'm like red flag. Not red flag the wrong way, but
But
like,
like, I'm going to have to learn from this, and I don't know that I really want to learn
yeah,
from
like
this.
Saturn on your south node, honestly run.
Yeah.
But Mercury on your south node, it could be okay. It could be someone who's just here to teach you something a little more light, you know?
Yeah.
And then I noticed that in the composite charts, if there's a number 29 degree,
Yeah.
if you mix two people's charts and that mixed chart has a 29th degree,
Yeah.
you are not going to be able to escape that relationship.
Whoa.
And you're going to have to get through the karma.
Have you looked at like celebrities like Diddy and Cassie right now and like all that?
Oh, no.
Okay,
That's a juicy one.
I know, because it's so topical. But
I
I
know.
follow one girl, and she looked at his chart, and like his placements. She was like, yeah, like,
And his face reading is also like,
oh yeah,
it's
like,
everywhere.
of course,
It's mapped everywhere.
like you're like, of course, this man. He didn't learn anything from his past life. Apparently, he was doing the same shit there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's the south node. The south node would indicate that. So I had a
Yeah.
guy that when I merged charts, it was like north node of our relationship
Yeah.
was 29th degree in the fourth house of
Okay.
home. And I was like, the first time I went to his house, I was disgusted. I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
Tell me why. You cut to 3 months later and I'm moving in with him.
Oh my God.
And then he kicked me out of that house and I left also as abruptly.
Oh my God.
And then we didn't speak to each other ever again.
And that's it.
It was a 29th degree north node being like, I was just like, okay, let's just get through it. Once I saw it, I was like, let's just get through it. Or my husband, I married my gay best friend.
Yeah.
And then I noticed that, my partner's calling. And then I noticed that we had our 29th degree north node in the house of marriage. We were always meant to
oh my God.
be married. It was, we had a debt with each other.
And now the debt is paid.
It's paid. We are divorced.
Oh, y'all got divorced?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I love it. Okay.
But I saw that after I married him.
Oh my God.
I was like,
yeah.
So every time I see a 29th
because I do remember
degree,
when I first met you, you were like,
I'm married to my gay best friend.
well, you didn't say that was your gay best friend. You said that's my husband. And I literally was like,
oh yeah,
I think that man is gay, but I literally said, let me mind my business. We were at like Rise's party or something. And like, you said, that's my husband. And I literally was like, girly pop. I don't know.
It's happened so many times that people are like,
does she not know?
Well,
are we
gay
fluid?
men? Gay men are like, your husband's
at least
flirting
bi.
with me.
Yeah. I was like, her husband is at least bi. And they must have an open relationship.
All of those things, gay as they come.
Yeah, like it wasn't hidden at all. It was like yeah. And then like down the line, you were like, oh yeah, well, you know, my best friend.
Yeah.
Explained a little.
Marriage,
I was like,
they
okay,
call it.
Yeah.
It worked out, but yeah, it was destiny. So astrology, you can really see if you're about to have a lover.
Yeah.
Just try to get into that composite situation.
Yeah.
Go down those.
Is there a website people can use? Yeah,
and astro.com you can literally select like in synastry, like you see one chart over each other.
Yeah.
You see how the planets are like affecting each other.
Yeah.
And then composite, you make a third other chart that's new.
Wow.
But you read it differently. It's not the same as you read a personal chart.
Okay.
And then the synastry charts.
Have to do this with you.
I know, it's interesting because like, let's say my current partner's ascendant is 27th degree of Sagittarius.
Yeah.
My current ascendant is 25 degree of Sagittarius.
Okay.
But he has Uranus and Saturn on his ascendant.
Yeah.
So when I'm with him, he puts that Uranus and that Saturn in my face.
Yeah.
That's how people affect each other. Like your moon in Leo is it's throwing a moon in my Leo house.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh wow.
So that's how it is. Your Mars, Gemini Mars, will throw a Mars suddenly in my Gemini house.
Yeah.
Which I already have a lot there.
You already got a lot going on there.
So that's how people, that's how you can see it, like the synastry.
Well, we'll end on a little fun Lana Del Rey.
Our girl.
I know. So we both love Lana. That's something we connected
We
on
love this
immediately.
problematic white girl.
I know we do love this problematic white girl.
But who else gets
I know.
it? I'm like, I'm sorry. She's my lore. I don't know what to tell you.
And I listened to her less because all of her music is such sad girl music. And I was like, oh, girl, you're going to be single. You're going to have me single for the rest of my life.
No, she's married.
also like married to like a Trump. Is she married to like a Trumper?
I don't know.
Oh, Lana Del Rey, why do you do this to us? But what would you say like her tarot pull would be? Like just based on her energy.
I think
the moon, the high priestess, the 9 of swords.
Honestly, the star for sure is there.
Okay.
I think she came to do like maybe the Hierophant.
Because you think because the star is a healer, right?
Yeah,
But also the star, because I have the star in my car.
Oh, really?
I have a little tarot in my card.
But not just because she's a superstar, but also because she's like nakedly giving light to something that we all feel inside. Like when Ultraviolence came out, everyone's like, you're glamorizing violence. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I needed that album. I was in an abusive relationship. I needed someone to sing about it. And once I heard it, I was like, oh my God, I'm not alone. I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
So in a way, she saved me. So
good.
That's some high priestess shit, maybe.
Yeah.
And Hierophant for legacy, because she's definitely like a legacy.
Yeah. And
she's
she has
forever.
Yeah. She has a Leo moon as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then I think Taurus rising, Cancer sun.
Cancer sun. My sun and my Leo is moon.
Yeah.
She sings it in a song.
She does sing it in a song. Well, we on this show like to do a little bit of breath work.
Yeah.
And like, I guess like, I'll give some takeaways. Quantum healing might sound out there, but the real magic happens when we're willing to believe we can shift through breath, through energy, through choice. So whether you're aligning your chakras or just trying to stop spiraling, may you be held in possibility. Anything's possible. Anything is possible. No basketball player does that. Some basketball player is like, anything's possible. Anything's possible.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's also like the slogan for the Cirque du Soleil. So.
Oh yeah.
For the.
Where can we see Medicine Woman?
All right. Yeah. So I have 2 shows. The Medicine Woman, I'm presenting at the Hollywood Fringe this June. I'm going to be 8 months pregnant when I do it. It's June 10th, 22nd, and 28th.
Wow.
At the Broadwater main stage. And I'm also doing another show where I'm looking for a spouse, wife or husband in the audience. And so I go on dates with the audience that day.
Oh, that's fun.
While 8 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for a partner.
A parent?
Yeah.
You need to be, okay.
That's at the Elysian Theater on the 26th of June. It's called Cherry Baby Certified Lover Girl. And the whole premise was like, well, I've been a lover girl all my life, but it's time, like I have many lovers, but it's time to get serious.
Yes.
I'm marrying tonight.
You're marrying somebody tonight.
But this time I have a belly, so I'm like, I'm marrying tonight. It's not for the baby. It's just because I deserve to find love.
Oh, we love it.
And then we'll see. So yeah, this is where you can find me.
So we're going to do a quick little breath.
Yeah,
there's a name for it that I had saved in my phone specifically for the belly, for the baby bump.
I love.
So
she responds well to when I do quantum healing and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like
they're like, yeah, we love this. This is good for us. So Glotis is called. That's what it's called. Glotis breathing technique, and it's really just deep breaths. And then pressure, and you push it out through the bottom.
That's the one.
Yeah.
For birthing.
Yeah. So basically, Lamaze, what most pregnant women do is breath work.
Yeah.
So a form of breath work. The only way you can give life is you got to push that breath through. And the first thing we do when we come in this life is we take a breath. And the last thing we do is we take a breath.
Yeah.
The breath is powerful.
And it's an amazing way to surrender.
Yes.
To the body, to what the body knows to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like how we're talking now, we're probably only getting about like 20% oxygen in. So when we do breath work or intentional breathing, we get way more.
Yeah.
We get about 70%.
That's great.
Yay. Okay, we're going to do a quick breath.
Okay.
You guys ready? Going to breathe in through our nose really deep. Hold it up. And then push it out through our mouth. Another deep breath in through our nose and then hold it up. And then we're going to push it out. We're going to do 3 more of these. Deep breath in through our nose. Push it out. Two more. And the last one, let's put a sigh on it. Breathe in. Yay, how do you feel?
I feel reset.
Reset.
I'm like relaxed. I'm like, all right, I could take a little nap.
Ready for the day.
Yeah.
Or a nap. All right. This is the show where Mercury is always retrograde. Thank you for being here, and we will see you again soon. You can also say it too if you want.
And thank you so much,
Yeah.
Shakira, for having me. This is amazing. I love your Virgo. It's so
You get
good.
that? Yeah.
My moon appreciates.
I know, and I immediately go into Mercury retrograde because it is.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Why not? Is it right now? I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably not.
It doesn't
I don't
matter.
know. It's always.
We don't let it affect us.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.